Well, I guess I'll redo it anyways. So basically, I was gonna make a video on the video game console timeline because I couldn't find a fucking video anywhere to fucking do this. So I spent about a month researching the piece of shit to get you guys all the video consoles ever made in order. In fucking order by the date they came out. Yeah, I fucking care about you guys that much. But guess what? YouTube doesn't care about you. YouTube says suck a dick. So anyways, let's do this piece of shit and it better fucking upload. Okay, first one, 1972. We got the fucking Odyssey. 1975, 3 more game consoles came out. 2 of which were the fucking Odyssey and then the Pong consoles. We got the Atari Pong, the first Atari console ever. Then we got the Atari Pong Pro, the Odyssey 100 and the Odyssey 200. Back then, again, I was not alive, but those consoles were probably like $200-$300. Why the fuck would you make 2 of the same consoles in 1 year? Why? And my last video was just like me talking about like nostalgic times and stuff and how I own most of these. This video is me gonna be screaming about stuff. Fucking next, 1976, Channel F, the RCA Studio 2, the Atari Pong, another one, Bethesda Star Classic, the Odyssey 300, the Odyssey 400, and the Odyssey fucking 500. And then guess what? It doesn't stop there, we got the Stunt Cycle. Oh, but the Odyssey isn't done pulling shit out of its ass yet. Just you wait. Then we got the Atlas Video Computer System. A lot of these back then were called the computer systems because like they couldn't have a fucking real computer. Then we've got the Arcade Pro, the TV Games 6. There was no fucking 6 of them. It was just called the first game in computer, the Apple fucking X, Apple 10, which is about the same time the Oregon Trails came out in 1977. Then we got Tesla Star Ranger, the Tesla Star Alpha Omega, the Commodore, just the Commodore, not the Commodore 64, the fucking Odyssey 2000. But guess what? This is where I was talking about the Odyssey's not done. Odyssey 2000, Odyssey 3000, Odyssey 4 fucking thousand. Then we got the Tesla Star game console, the video pinball, and the Matterall electronic handheld games. That was basically the first handheld game system. 1977, 1978, fucking Odyssey 2. So we go from the fucking Odyssey 4000 to the Odyssey 2. Somebody explain that to me. We got the Voodoo, the Tesla Star Colors Tron, the Telestar Marksman, the Atlas 1000, the Video 1000, the TV Game 15, the TV Game whatever the fuck, and the TV Racing 112 and the TV Racing 110. Why the fuck would you do that? But apparently the Odyssey doesn't want to make another console that year. They think one's enough. Well, thank fucking God. Atari 4000X, Atari 800X, so the Atari has no excuse either. It's fucking making 10 consoles a year. Microvision, because, you know, if they make like the Xbox 1, 2, 3, and 4 in 1 year, that makes fucking sense. Or the PS 1, 2, 3, and 4 in 1 year. Fucking TV Star with TV Block, which just looks like a cassette tape! I fucking can't say words! Okay, we move to the 90s. I mean the 80s, sorry. I fucking did all this research for you guys. You better fucking like, comment, subscribe, please, and share the video if you must. Intellivision, 1980. Then we got the computer TV game. They just called it the Nintendo computer TV game. Again, I didn't know that Nintendo fucking made this. This was before the Game Boy, the Nintendo Game Watch. A lot of people might have not known they made stuff before the Game Boy. Then we got the Commodore VIC-20, 1981. The IBM PC. The Sinclair ZX81. and I own most of these too. The Casio Vision, the video pack. For now on, I'll name ones that I own. When I see them, I'll name them, but I own them. G72. G Willikers, the G72. Then we got the fucking Atari Super System. Thank fucking Christ the Atari didn't make another one. The Atari Video Game Computer System. The Coleco Color. Oh, that I own that. The Coleco Color Vision. Fucking I own the Coleco fucking remote. Okay, so if you don't know what the ColecoVision is, go look it up. It's hilarious. It's the controller's the most funny fucking looking thing ever. It looks like a telephone. Oh god, I own the Pac-Man of this. The Coleco electronic table game. It looks like a fucking miniature arcade game, and it sucks donkey dick. The Gemini, Coleco Gemini. Now so the Coleco's doing a bunch of shit, but I own all the Colecos. The Intellivision, own that. I own the Atari Super System. I own the Atari Video System too. The Coleco Atom, the Aquarius, the Apple II computer. I own that. Let me see here. We got the family computer, the Sega CG-1000. I own that, and the Atari. Fucking Japanese 2005. I want to come out of them. The Apple Macintosh. That was my bitch. Except I wasn't alive in 1984. By the way, the ones I read before this were 1980, 1981, 1982, 1983. Now we're on 1984. The Sega SG-1000X. Didn't own that. Don't own that one. The Super Corp version. The Orc. Which was just fucking typing games for dickholes. Amsterdam CPC 464. Amsterdam CPC 646. What the fuck? Oh, 1985. Can you guys guess what came out in 1985? Fucking Nintendo Entertainment System, bitches! Yep, I own that. The best goddamn controller from the decade. Even though, again, I was born in 1995, so almost all of these were before I was born. The Atari ST, the Amiga, the InTV System Free, the Sega Mark III. I don't own any Segas until we get to the Master System, which that was 85. So in 86, that's when the Master System came out. The Atari Junior, the Sega Master System, the 7080 Pro system, the Disk System. That was actually, I own that just because it's the first system to... Not very good. Still use cartridges to like the PS1. Famicom, Sinclair, 1987, the video game XE video game system, the Amiga 8500, the Sinclair Spectrum, the fucking PC Endgame. By the way, when we get to the Tiger games, I'm gonna go on a rant about that because they're fucking everywhere. You can still find Tiger games at like Target and some shit. You get them at McDonald's all the times. You know, the fucking wristwatch, the fucking little miniature games, and everybody had them because the Game Boy was way too fucking expensive. It was like $200 when the Game Boy non-color black and white original version came out. It was like $200. But then the Tiger games were like $20, and people would get them all the time for their birthdays and stuff, and they weren't even really fucking games. If you go look up a like gameplay of a Tiger game, it's just basically like stop motion pictures. Well, 1988, the Mega Drive, the Sega Mega Drive 2, or no, just the Sega Mega Drive. I own that. The PC Engine. Then we got the Linux, the Sega Genesis. Who doesn't remember the Genesis? That was amazing. The NC Turbo. And man, a lot of people don't know this. This came out in Japan, the original Game Boy, before the black and white one released in America. But the Nintendo Game Boy, I own that one, and all the games were fucking in Japanese, and there's only like 2 games. MEC Super. Then we got, for more, we'll go back to 1983, because there was some I missed. We got the Votrix, my dad's favorite game console from way back when. And one of mine, the Commodore 64. Whatever happened to the fucking Commodore? They still make games. I think they're actually a game company now, but they've been changed their name. But the Adventure System, the Arcade 2001. Then we got, I didn't name these ones because they're fucking just like keyboards. The video game, the Orc one, and the Sony MSX, and then the Amsterdam PC 616 suck bullshit. 1990, we got the Turbo Grix. The Nintendo Super Famicom, I own that. Neo GE, own that. And it's a piece of shit. And it has like the world's biggest... Okay, so cartridges for that thing are about this big. Literally, the thing weighs about 5 pounds, and it's about this big. The game thing. Then you got the Sega Game Gear, which was basically their take on the Game Boy. It's not as good as the Game Boy, but not as bad as Tiger Games. The Turbo Express, the Aster GX 4000. See, the Game Boy was made in Japan, like, fucking way before. So the Game Boy doesn't come out in America, by the way, I would just like to let you guys know, until, like, 1996? I mean, I actually know, the Game Boy might have came out back then, but it's really confusing. I think it came out in, like, a year after it, but then I'll explain to you guys later. I made a graph for me so I can do the video. But we got that. Then we got the Sega handheld thing. Then we got the Super Nintendo. So we went from fucking Nintendo in 1990 and 1991. Now, modern day consoles, I'll read those off too. But you guys would think, oh, well, we don't do that anymore. We wait for our consoles. You'll be very, very, very surprised on how fast we go from the PS2 to the PS3 and the Xbox to the Xbox 360 compared to how long we went from the fucking Xbox 360, the Xbox One, the PS3, the PS4. We took like double the time. Linux 2, the Turbo Duo, Sega CD, oh my god, that piece of fucking shit. Well, it actually, to put it in things, the Sega CD actually had a very good idea. Like, it made, like, games in the movies, but it just terrible follow-through. It's so expensive. And then the Philips CDI. Okay, the CDI is the worst fucking game system ever made. I own it. And I don't own the Philips version. There's about 6 CDIs made by different companies. There's a game that a lot of you might have heard of before, people talk about, called fucking Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. If you haven't, I just recommend going to... Okay, the Angry Video Game Nerd, I don't reference him a lot, but I watch his videos. But he has one on Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. If you want to go see how bad that game is, and I really feel bad recommending it, go watch it. Or go watch, actually... No, you know what? Go watch Retsu Prey of it. There's a Retsu Prey of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Go watch that. You'll see what I mean. And see what the CDI is. We got the Jaguar. Atari Jaguar. I own that in 1993. Then we got the Panasonic 3DO. Another, like, trying to do 3D graphics but failing. A Mega CD 32. Then we got the... Guess what? The Nintendo Super Entertainment System Top Ultra Limited System. And then the Nintendo Zoom Computer. Yes, they make computers. The Sega Mega Drive 2, own that. I also own the Nintendo computer thing. The Gold Star 3DO. The fucking 3DO is the same thing as the CDI, by the way, if you guys were. The Sega Genesis 2, who didn't